Alright, everyone, time to look at the second episode of the day, which is Magnet Gauss. Shoji is jogging for his boxing training when a biker rides by stating that he's noticed him working out a lot lately. Shoji responding, good things happen when he jogs in the morning. The biker leaves wondering what he means when Shoji notices a girl named Natsumi jogging at the same time. He starts pursuing her, greeting the girl, stating they've run into each other a lot lately. Shuji wonders what's wrong with her, and she states it's been tiring. The male responds life is a 1-2 punch, and she has to have faith that things will work out. Things will turn out well. The girl asks if he is a boxer. She responds that he was ringing when it was ringing when Shoji the bullet could shock a crying child into silence. The person are wondering if she could learn how to box with him, when she states she may just. At Time Ranger headquarters, Joji shows that he impressed Natsumi and she could be interested in him, and he can't believe he's so popular with girls. But Rio seems unimpressed, stating how he could state what he did without them knowing the truth. Kazu treating that the silence of the child is whether they're crying or laughing. Shoji thinks they're jealous since they're not as popular with girls as he is, while imagining Natsumi as his. In the city, a strange priest is walking around, reciting NS over and over while twirling a bicolored baton with N on one end and an S on with an N on one end and an S on the other, saying that NN will separate with the power of his magic magnetism. He breaks the fourth wall and asks the camera if he believes in his powers. As he keeps walking, he comes across a couple, calling them happy. As they leave him, he places an N on both and commands them to separate, which they do, throw the male off the bridge, clinging to life. The girl calls out for Naoki to save him, but the priest states he found a better man for her, placing an S on a man on a poster and using his power to attract them together. The priest laughs while stating his magic magnetism is wonderful. Elsewhere, Shoji is walking with Ren, asking her to help find the best present for Natsumi by watching her. He places the female Time Ranger as she wonders why she should watch carefully and casually, not understanding as he rushes to have her help him out. The manic priest places an N on Shoji's rear, but fails to touch Rin due to their quick movement as he runs with her, angering the strange man. He swallows his ice cream cone whole in rage. Arriving at a flower and ice cream shop where Natsumi works, Shoji shows off Rin to Natsumi, stating she's his little sister. However, Natsumi already had the end of the priest placed on her, making her repulsed away from Shoji as she calls out for him, and Shoji wonders what's happening as he slams into a wall. Rin tells her teammate not to get near to Natsumi as she tries to help her, seeing the repulsion that happened when he tried to get near her, making Shoji wonder what's happening. As he does, more and more people are being tossed around by the weird priest and his magic stating it's time to get down to serious business as he approaches the mother and child. She asks them to be spared, but the priest signs somebody stating that a mother child love sickens him, and the only connection that should exist is magnetism. The scene ends up both, then having them fly away from each other. Garo comes out for a magnet priest, congratulating him and stating that humans that are torn from friends and family that they love the most can't save each other, will eventually burn it with despair and die. Shoji and Rin hear the plot and call them out. The Tenma Rangers are calling themselves the strongest fighters on Earth. Magnet Priest wonders if they can defeat them before transforming into his true Gorma minion form. Guard telling him not to overexert himself before vanishing. Magnet Priest calls for Podros as Shoji and Rin transform and fight the minions before Tenma Ranger tries to launch himself to fight, only to be repulsed by the end side of the Gorma minion's wand. The monster stating he is now an end magnet, under control of Magnet Priest's magnetic abilities, making Shoji realize how he was repulsed from Natsumi. The Gorman switches to the S side, pulling Tenma Ranger towards him and tossing him around into a bench before announcing his magnetic power fist super electric tornado, which blasts Tenma Ranger to a nearby sign and a tree, forcing him to transform and into pain. Magnet Priest admits the power is hard on his shoulders. The Solar Ranger states she won't forgive it for its actions, while Magnet Priest states she should give in with no means to defeat it before vanishing. At Derringer headquarters, Shoji is broad too, as he wonders what happened, and stating he's pathetic for letting the monster defeat him so easily. Kako says when Shoji was turned into a magnet, one can be pulled towards or away from Magnet Priest with no means of escape. But when Shoji's stuck with the power, Kako says that Shoji must find a way to use the power against Magnet Priest to defeat it. Shoji wonders how, but Kaku states, who knows what the future holds? Only people are suffering in the now. Realizing that clue is Natsumi, Shoji returns to her shop to search for her, finding her locker with a small boxer doll on it, making him realize that it's him. Natsumi is on the run from a car chasing her. The driver wondering why the brakes don't work on it as she yells for someone to help her. The driver gets out as the car keeps moving, Magnet stating she can't escape from his power. She discovers the deed with the S mark on the car, realizing how it's drawing towards her as he revs his bike and bites over to the car to its front. He tells Natsumi to leave the car to him because he's invincible and won't let anything cause her harm. He then says for her to be brave and jump away with all her might. As she does this, the car continues to chase Shoji, saying he'll defeat the Magna monster for her and then ask her on a date. Shoji rides right into the area with the car chasing him into a vacant warehouse. The car falls as Shoji leaps over it once again and ramps into a pillar before exploding. Tom Ranger happy for his accomplishment. Magnet Priest continues to torment people by attaching them to nearby objects near other people, while repulsing others away and controlling them with the power of his wand until Shoji rams into him with his bike. Announcing his arrival as Star Tenma, Shoji states that he won't forget those who tear people apart from those they love. Calling him arrogant, the Gorman Mania witnesses the other Dai Rangers arriving before he and Tenma Ranger transform and fight each other. Magnet Priest admits the roll call is pretty cool as Shoji announces the key power bomber will destroy him. When the Gorman Minion throws his baton, hitting all the Dai Rangers with ends and repelling them from one another, and thus preventing the key power bomber before Magnet Priest releases a super electric tornado to attack them, and stating he has no time to deal with them. Remembering Kaku's words, Shoji tells the team to stand in a straight line to use the Gorman Minion's power against him. Understanding, the four other Dai Rangers stand in line and raise their hands up as Shoji announces a new move, the Linear Fist Central Bullet Train, gliding using the magnetic force of the other Dai Rangers like a bullet, ramming into Magnet Priest like a train, throwing him back into a wall and removing all the magnetic forces. In desperation, Magnet Priest uses the growth bomb and the team quickly forms a rhino to combat it. Magnet Priest hits the mega of the horseshoe magnet to attack with his wand, but the team uses a key power infusion to remove the magnet before destroying the Gorman Minion with the Great King's Sword. Magnet Priest wondering why the horseshoe magnet didn't work. Later, Shoji prepares to go on a date as Natsumi appears before him while the Dai Rangers watch in secret. She thanks him for the other date, but she states there's one other thing she has to tell him. Thanks to what Shoji said, Natsumi had the courage to ask out a guy that she liked, getting over her nervousness. Shoji sees her stand as she leaves. It seems to weakly admit he doesn't mind before collapsing. They're stating once again that life's a 1-2 punch, making Shoji realize he doesn't need love before going on another jog, seeing Natsumi running off with the guy she wanted to be with. So let's take a look at a note from this episode. This is the first episode of the series in which the storyline concludes in a single episode instead of being a two-parter. Yeah. So I think this episode is pretty interesting, and yeah, it's kind of nice to have a one-part episode instead of a two-parter, so yeah. So overall, I give Magnet Gauss 3 Megazords out of 5. When we tune in bed to wait till the final episode of the day, Dragon Tofu. So until then, in the words of Zordon, may the power protect you.